What's going on, y'all? This be your boy Scotty by Nation TV, and I'm here for another live version of Yes for the Mess. And yes, I brought his cone head ass back because that's what y'all wanted. Yes, I brought Reggie back into the building. So y'all been telling me for the last week when I've been bringing him on for like he been on here like twice. So y'all been like, well, make sure you bring him back. I'm gonna bring him back. Don't get too comfortable because he ain't gonna be up here no every fucking week. So don't think y'all gonna be getting him every damn week. You know what I'm saying? But he here though. He is here. And we are here to talk about Romeo and Bow Wow in this so-called verses that Romeo, I think if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, Romeo wanted them to do the verses, which is very appalling to me because Romeo doesn't have but one hit record. So I don't understand why would he want to do verses. I mean, I don't care for neither one of them, but I think that Reggie was one of the best people. I actually asked one of our other friends, Arsena, to do this too because she's a big Bow Wow fan, child. Oh my God, I don't know how this was gonna go while she was up here, but I wish she would have been up here, child. But that's another story, child, because she's still, even at the age of 31, she's still a Bow Wow fan. Still about Bow Wow in her presence. So I just want to let that be known right quick. So when she watched this back, I want her to know that I was popping shit on her while she wasn't here, but she knows. But anyway, so being that me and Reggie are both the same age, he's older by 3 months, and we grew up watching 106 in Park and looking at Romeo and Bow Wow and hearing their music and all this other stuff. I felt like it would be a good discussion between me and him to discuss it. So being that he is the guest and being that I allow anytime I have a guest up here, I allow them to come up and say what they gotta say first. I'm gonna start it off with Reg. So first of all, what was going across your mind when you seen Romeo say that he wanted to battle Bow Wow in a versus battle? I know you got choice words for both of them, but I want you to start off with what was on your mind when Romeo said he wanted to go against Bow Wow in a versus.
Honestly, to be honest, my mind was blank because I ain't give a damn. I was too busy trying to open my damn Hershey's with almond.
Oh my God.
Because I really didn't give a damn. And don't give a damn now.
Oh my God. You just want to come up here and read them, huh?
Pretty much. I mean, is there anything else to do?
I don't give a damn about it either. But can we at least discuss how crazy he is to think that he can even be in a versus battle, let alone with Bow Wow, but anybody? Do you even remember any Romeo songs?
Yeah, I remember like two of them.
Let me guess. You remember the song that he did off the Jackson 5 record, his very first song, the My Baby
Hmm.
song. And you remember the one that he did off the Luther Vandross record with Solange, or not?
You know something? That's crazy because I thought that was Bow Wow. But
That is so sad.
you know what? Okay, so three.
What's
Then
the
he had
third?
that say my name, that little knockoff, what y'all want, that knockoff of Eve's um what y'all want. It was like an Italian dance type, not Italian, a salsa Spanish dance type shit. See what I'm
Oh,
saying? You
I
don't even
don't.
remember that either.
And I
I
would
don't know
normally
what the
remember
name was,
something.
but
I wouldn't if you said Eve, and you know we lived and died for some Eve. So if it had something to do with Eve, then I would have normally remembered that, but it must not be that great for me not to remember it because I don't
nah.
remember that one
I
at
think
all.
that he was out his mind to even think that he could do a versus. First off, he feeling like he can play shit that ain't nobody heard talking about it was a hit. And I guess because he watched the verses and he saw, you know, whatever he saw that made him think that I don't know. Like he saw people playing shit off the album, and then when they was playing shit off the album, he like, oh, I could play shit off my album. The difference is Romeo is the shit they playing off the album that weren't singles were still fan favorites and still made hits by the fans. Didn't nobody make nothing that you made a hit that was on your album from so many damn years ago, like 20 years ago.
I don't think him and Bow Wow. I don't think neither one of them have fan favorites outside of their singles. I don't think neither one of them have any fan favorites.
They were singles artists, which
Yeah,
honestly,
like
that's what kid artists or children artists to me that I've heard are. They're singles artists. They have songs that are great as singles because it's more of a marketing thing versus their music having to have so much substance. And long as they can sing and they can rap, they got a good visual, kids can skate and it can be marketed. So they
yeah,
don't have to have this groundbreaking body of work. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
The kids don't the kids don't have to have no Mary J. Blige My Life type album where you got your radio singles and you got your fan favorites. You know what I mean? Like they don't have to have no SWV or Escape type records where you can play your singles, but you can also play your hits that's amongst the fans. Not necessarily hit singles, but hits amongst your fans because they love them so much. Bow Wow and Romeo don't even have those. Now Bow Wow has the hits, but Romeo does not have no hits like that.
And wait, wasn't he on a couple of songs? Romeo with what's that other artist? Didn't he do a song with Lil Corey?
Yeah, that Hush Little Lady song. Yeah.
Okay, he did that. I'm trying to help him.
Okay, so let's see here. Okay, of course he could play the My Baby song, the one with the Jackson 5 beat. That was the number one on the Hot 100. We can give him that. And that's probably the only song everyone knows. You could probably play the song with Solange. It wasn't a big hit chart wise, but it was big on 106 and Park. It was always number one on 106. So somebody remembers it. Um, and the song that you mentioned with Corey. I don't think anyone remembers anything else from him. He did have other singles besides those that we just named. I mean, he had a song called "Little Soldiers Need Love," and it was always on 106. No one talks about it. He had a song called Two Way that it was actually a remake of the hit hip hop record "It Takes Two." I don't think nobody really remembers that. He had another song called My Cinderella that sampled If I Ever Fall in Love, but no one remembers it. I only remember it because my sister had Romeo's albums. That's why I remember it.
She thought it
Um,
was such the shit, child.
and was it nothing? You
And
can't
we
pay
used to
her
be
to listen
like,
to
girl,
Romeo.
go
You can't pay
ahead.
her. You can't pay her to listen to a Romeo song now. You can't pay her to. She'll pretend like she never was that. Like, no, you can't pay her to listen to not one Romeo song now. Mm-mm. At least Ace still rides for Bow Wow. Her
Well, let
ass
me
does
say
not ride
this.
for
Bow Wow is annoying,
Romeo. He is. I'm glad
but
you mentioned it first.
At the end of the day, people do need to start putting more motherfucking respect on his name. He is one of the youngest artists to do a lot of shit and break a lot of records. And I mean, listen, do motherfuckers act like they don't remember the Pandemonium tour?
Right.
Cause it definitely was gonna be pandemonium if Bow Wow was on the scene back in the day.
That's true.
Grown women and
Everyone don't know every single song in the versus battle. That's true, but no one knows any of Romeo's songs. That's the issue. That's the problem. You can't have a versus battle. You can't have a versus battle and not have any known songs to play. You can't. Now everybody didn't know all the songs that SWV and Escape played because it's shit. SWV even played songs from their last two albums, and I know nobody knows those songs. But they even played songs off those last two albums. But they had classic songs to go with it. Romeo does not have that. Everything that he's going to play, if there would be a Bow Wow, well, then again, now he wants to box now. Now he want to fight now, and all this
and
other
Bow
shit.
Wow got classics.
And Bow Wow has classics. Should we go down the list of the songs that
And he
everybody
got
knows?
plenty of motherfucking hits.
Like, let's just Reggie, let's just talk about let's talk about it, okay? Because you said something about this before on your social media, on your Facebook, when you said that people should put more respect on Soldier Boy's name as well. Now, people don't want to put respect on Bow Wow's name nor Soldier Boy because they are lame. But just because they are lame as fuck, that does not mean that they don't have success, or it does not mean that they don't deserve their flowers because they did break a lot of records as young artists. We don't have people doing that now. Maybe Lil Nas, but I don't know if he counts. But everybody, you
First of
know,
all, Soldier Boy and Bow Wow did this off of pure sales because a lot of y'all forget about what the fuck pure sales are. Y'all get caught up in these digital numbers that these new artists is getting, that Chance the Rapper and Nicki Minaj had to fight for you bitches to even get, so that you could sell a record or have a plaque to hang on your motherfucking wall to begin with.
oh Lord.
So what y'all going to do is start respecting motherfuckers. Everybody ain't got to be a artist that came out back in 65. Those were your legends 40 years ago when
Not
you were
65.
coming up.
Not 65. Not 65.
Everybody have their own legends for their own age brackets and generations and groups of fucking people. I wish
Facts.
that the older generation would get that shit through their goddamn head when it come down
But
to
let,
legends.
let me
And
do
these
this.
kids, hold
Let
on,
me.
let me finish reading them real quick.
Oh,
Because
I
these
was about
kids, the
to
older
say.
generation, they don't want to let motherfuckers be great. And then the newer generation, these motherfucking kids, they act like just because everybody is not relevant and social media famous, that they shit don't matter no more, or that they didn't make the impact that they made. Do your history for the young folks, and for the old folks, do your motherfucking research before you speak. I would never speak to these kids about they artists that's doing whatever they doing now, because I don't even know half they damn names to know what records they done broke, or what numbers that they done sold, or how much streaming that they done had, or what awards they done won, or what they impact is, because that's not a part of my era or my age bracket or anything that's dealing with me. So you can't say really who is legendary and who isn't if it's some shit that you're uninformed of.
But what I was okay, that's everything you just said is facts. But I also want to point out too that there are people in our generation as well that don't want to give people like Bow Wow and Soldier Boy their props, and you know that for a fact because you argued with one of them, who just so happened to be a friend of mine, an associate of yours. They some people in our age also don't want to give people their flowers because they don't like them. You know what I mean? Like They don't want to give Soldier Boy his props because of the type of music that he makes. Now, the type of music that he makes may not be what we like, but it doesn't take away from what he was able to accomplish. We could say that. Bow Wow's personality may not be for us, but we grew up on him and we know what he's done. He was Mr. 106 in Park. Not B2K, not Romeo, not Corey, not Sammy, not any of these other young people that we grew up on. He was Mr. 106 in Park. Regardless of what he does today and
And
who is
then
trying to
also,
portray today, that doesn't take away from that.
Bow Wow was working with the Who's Who at 12 motherfucking years old.
Facts.
Wasn't nobody hopping to go run on his shit. I love Solange today, as in today's time and who she's becoming developed into and yada yada. All of that is great and fine and dandy. But who you had to hop on your shit? Solange? And this was back before she was even who she is now. So listen,
Let's be real. This before Solange found her identity. She was trying to be a young Beyonce back then. That's what they were trying to market her as.
right.
You know what I mean? And this is before Beyonce even went solo.
So, like I'm saying, but Destiny's Child, which Bow Wow worked with, was a household name at the time. And
They
well,
were.
still is. I don't even know why I'm saying at the time. And at the end of the damn day, okay, Bow Wow was working with them. Snoop, yeah, that was before Solange found her identity, but that's my whole point. Does it even count? That's not even the real Solange. And she didn't help him chart any harder with that damn being on that
Because it
song.
didn't chart.
Huh?
Because it didn't chart.
That's what I thought.
On 106 in Park, but not on nobody else, not on Billboard. They didn't do anything. They didn't play it on the radio like that. The only way we got to hear it was when they was on 106 in Park. Now, as far as this comment is concerned, this is what we're talking about, though. I am not trying to be funny, but what songs are Bow Wow and Romeo going to do for a verses? And I was born in '93, and I only remember Mike. I only remember Like Mike and the Romeo show on Nickelodeon.
But see, the thing
That's what
is,
we're talking
you
about.
saying that you don't remember it, but you was like probably 7, so he didn't really appeal to you like that. We was
Right?
like
We're not
12.
going to remember it. We were born in '88 and '89. So, yes, we're a couple of years older than you. Not that much, but a couple of years older than you. But we were old enough to know him and his music. But see, comments like that is what Reggie was just talking about. Just because you don't know or because you didn't grow up with them does not mean that they weren't what they were. My brother is 21 and he knows most of the artists that me and Reggie listen to, mainly because we played them a lot.
And listen, I'm one of those people, I don't believe in the charts, but I know my numbers. And the numbers don't lie. Bow Wow is something that people still trying to replicate to this day, but they haven't figured out how to do it.
Basically, I mean, Bow Wow was supposed to be a direct competitor to Bow Wow, and he just
You
couldn't.
mean Romeo?
I mean, yeah, that's what I mean. Romeo was supposed to be a direct competitor to Bow Wow, and it just didn't work. It was never going to work. It
Hold
was
on 1 second, y'all.
yeah, it was never going to work. To be honest, it's kind of like you know not saying that he was anything like who was Justin. I don't know, but you had two young male rappers, Bow Wow and Romeo. Bow Wow was already pretty much killing it when he first started. I mean, he came out with Bounce with Me, and that was really a big song. Everybody and their mama knew that song. And then it started from there. Then Romeo came out like a year later, but he still couldn't necessarily hold a candle to Bow Wow. And here's the thing. Let me ask you this, Reggie. Why do you think that Bow Wow was able to be as big as he was, but his counterpart Romeo wasn't necessarily able to do the same? He was able to get a big ass hit with My Baby, but that's it. He wasn't able to reach the same length of success as Bow Wow. Even though he had his own show on Nickelodeon and all of this other stuff he did have that. But when you think about Bow Wow and Romeo, everybody's always going to choose Bow Wow over Romeo. Why do you think that is?
Because Bow Wow had more of the career. Romeo was. I'm trying not to be disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Because he ain't do nothing to harm nobody.
The
it's
truth
just
is the truth, though.
it's just the fact of the matter that at the end of the damn day, you didn't have a career. You was some fly by night competitor that was put out to compete with something that was already going and that was already formatted and that was already trained up to be what it was. Because, I mean, you could tell Romeo was putting a crash course into that career from the motherfucking beginning. Even to this very day. You know what I'm saying? First of all, he was a rich kid, sensitive. His whole image was nothing of what he is. Um, I'm not gonna say that Bow Wow was put off as a little thug and that was who he was, but let's just be 100. I've heard much more stories about Bow Wow getting at a tussle or physical altercation than I have Romeo. So the image didn't match
Yeah.
with who the person was. Do you get what I'm saying?
hmm
Like, come on.
So you think it was more of an image issue? You don't think it was authentic, and that's why he didn't.
It wasn't authentic. Yeah, it was an image issue. The image wasn't authentic. The passion was not authentic. You could tell Bow Wow had a passion for this.
hmm
Romeo didn't have no damn passion for that. He was a rich kid who got put on and put out by his daddy's machine. He didn't have to put in any blood, sweat, and tears like Romeo. And yeah, like Bow Wow. And Bow Wow might have had JD, and he might have had, and he might have had, you know,
Snoop.
right. But at the same point in time, um, he put in his work, his blood, sweat, and tears for that shit as a kid.
He
So you
did.
can't compare passion to something that's just slapped together and put out there. And I can name a couple of artists that people try to compare against each other, where it's passion versus a slap together product that was put together by funds, payola, and sympathy. But we're not going to go there. At any rate, so you know what I'm saying? I just feel like that's what it was with Romeo. You know, his daddy had the silver
He
spoon.
just had to do it. You
I
just
mean,
had
well,
to.
the
We not
facts is,
talking. We ain't talking about them hoes on here. We not talking about them on here. I
listen.
refuse. We ain't
I
talking
mean,
about them hoes.
it's just the case where it come down to Romeo. That's what it was. He had the silver spoon. They tried to, put their coins and funds together and their prayers and well wishes and send him on out his way as a competitor to this boy who been, focusing on his craft, who came out the womb was 3, 4 years old, motherfucking dancing and rap. Romeo wasn't doing that. This wasn't natural. Y'all just put that boy out there just for him to be a competitor, just for y'all to do something. Y'all was on some crab in the barrel ass shit.
Why are you doing this?
I'm just being real because when motherfuckers want to try to do it, like when it come down to Bow Wow, like I don't even like him like that. But again, I'm a realist. People did what they did and made the impact that they made, and that's just what it was. You know what I'm saying? And that black folks stay doing that shit. Oh, oh, they put this little nigga out. Shit, we could have put Romeo out. We could have put Percy. We could have put little Percy. We could have put little Percy out, and he could have did much bigger numbers than that.
Indeed.
And wrong. That's not what happened.
Well, since you mentioned that Master P, I'm sorry, not Master P, Master Hips machine, um, do you think that all of his artists was pretty much the same thing as Romeo? Because most of his artists didn't make it like that. Like Silk the Shocker. Um, we know why C Murder really didn't go that far. Um, Mercedes, Mia X, Miss Peaches, Magic. A lot of his artists was in the same thing as Romeo. Like they was pretty much copied and pasted and slapped
And let
together.
me say something real quick too, Scotty, because I see something in the comments.
I think I know what comment you're talking about. Well, go ahead.
And yes, he did come from an educated background, a athletic background. We talking about Romeo. You know what I'm saying? Because Master P, yeah, he was in the NBA. Yeah, he owned a record label. Yeah, he comes from a very well-rounded background. That's not what we talking about. We're not talking
Yeah,
about what background he came
we're
from.
talking about
As
the
far as
music.
him being an artist, he might have not been limited to being an artist, but that's what the issue was of him just being funded and shoved out there just to be a competitor and not be a real authentic artist. So as far as the other stuff is concerned, yes, that's great. Those are also factual things, but that's
We don't
neither
care.
here nor there when it come down to the music.
Basically, we don't. Basically, we don't care.
He
This is
need
true. We don't like, and there ain't no disrespect to the person that made the comment, but we don't because this is a musical conversation. It really has nothing to do with that. So it's kind of like, it's just what it is. The truth is the truth, and facts is the facts. And Romeo just wasn't that. So for him to even suggest to be a part of a versus was a bit much for me. What hits? You don't have them in Bow Wow. We can go down a list of Bow Wow's hit records versus Romeo's. Romeo's list will be that short, while Bow Wow's is this much. I think even Soldier Boy got more hits than Romeo does.
of course, it's to the point now where I'm just struggling to even have anything to continue to talk about for the next 30 minutes.
I mean, Romeo doesn't have a bounce with me. Romeo doesn't have what's take you home. Romeo doesn't have a "Let Me Hold You" or a "Like You" with Sierra. He doesn't have a "Fresh as I'm Is." He doesn't have a "Let's Get Down." He doesn't have a "My Baby." He doesn't have a "You Get It All." He doesn't have a "Shout It Like Mine." He don't have them. He doesn't, which is unfortunate, but he doesn't. Like Bow was able to work. Like Bow was able to work with some of the biggest artists. He was pretty much marketed as a baby Snoop Dogg, pretty much, and Snoop Dogg co-signed him. That's what makes it even worse. He co-signed him, but
From the grid off the
from the
beginning.
beginning, Romeo didn't have anyone to co-sign him but Master Hips.
And he was going to co sign him anyway.
Anyway, Cause that was his son.
So it just wasn't. It was some carbon copy ass shit, and I'ma just be real.
So you feel like it was a situation like, oh well, that dude Bow Wow he out, but I got a son that's just as talented as him. We gonna write all his lyrics and market him the same way as Bow Wow. We gonna see who gonna be blah blah blah. That's what it was basically. See, that's
Hmm.
basically. I honestly never thought about it that way until we got on here and started talking about it. Like I never thought about it that way at all.
And that was a quick crash and burn.
Cause he
I'm
didn't
sorry, y'all.
last.
Listen, cause I be smoking my black and milds.
He didn't last. And then now he want to get mad
It's
because Bow
definitely
Wow,
just a black.
said, "Are you calling me out? Are you calling me out?" Now he want to get all up in his feelings, but I mean, it is what it is. Like y'all were on the same reality show, growing up hip hop. You left the show because you felt as though the producers were trying to pitch y'all against each other. It's not. I feel like Romeo feeds into the whole feud that the media has basically created for them. Like it was always that. Like
Cause Bow Wow don't talk about him.
Bow Wow never talks about Romeo. Never talks about Romeo. It's Romeo that always talks about Bow Wow and how people have always pitted them against each other. Like, I mean, I just feel like this. Why haven't y'all never done a song together? Is it because nobody wanted to see it? Nobody really cared to see it? Like, why y'all never did a song together?
I mean, back in the day, I'm not gonna lie, I thought that they would have did it, and I would
Yeah,
have to see it then. But
but
now, please,
nobody wants to see it now. Y'all could have done it then. You know what I mean? Like when you have when you have a rivalry like that, not necessarily a rivalry, but when the media pitch out against each other, it's a good business move to do a song with them. Look at Monica and Brandy. They pitted them against each other for a long time before they did a song together. And it was one of the biggest it's one of the biggest songs in history. You know what I mean?
back then.
Listen, it still broke records. That's why I said one of the
Oh
biggest.
yeah, no, but I'm saying when they tried to do it again, you see
Oh,
the second song didn't do
because
nearly.
they had no business trying to do another song in the first place. Some things are just better left alone.
It was good though. I
It
love
was
that
a good
song.
song, but in 2012, who wanted a Monica and Brandy duet in 2012? No one.
Had they see, that's what you get for trying to do shit late instead of focusing on business. When you could have did that shit 6 years before, because we'd have took the fuck out of a Brandy and Monica song in 2003.
What? When she came out with So Gone and Brandy had come out with Full Moon, bitch, we would have been here for a Monica and Brandy song in 2003. Okay? I am not playing. We would have been here for it.
We
That's
would
just
have.
like, that's just like why didn't Maya never do no records with none of them? Like I always wondered why she never did no records with none of them.
Because her label was trying to put her out there as an individual.
True.
And her image was already one of those images where if she didn't keep her own shit going, it was going to easily be confused with her trying to be like,
Brandy, Monica, Aaliyah.
right. So
Mm,
as long as they had her here and had the rest of the girls here, it was fine for her to be able to do the things that she did with her career.
that's true. I can take that. I can take that. I can take that. It's but like I feel like it may be too late for it now. I don't know, but I feel like Beyonce and Rihanna could have done a song a long time.
Taylor, I'm trying to talk to y'all as much as possible. I really am.
He don't care about them. I only brought him up here to read them, and he pretty much did that already. But that's why I'm venturing off into different, basically to similar situations. Like I do think that Beyonce and Rihanna could have done a song together a while ago. I don't know I think I don't know if people would still be excited about it now. Maybe they should have. Maybe they would be excited about it now because I mean, Rihanna ain't put out no music in a long time. Beyonce still puts out music, but it's like Beyonce don't give a damn. She puts out that music, go back into her mansion and just lay back down in the bed. Don't do no promo spots. Don't do no interviews. Just throw the music out and keep it moving, child. She don't do no interviews no more.
Well, you know what?
But she
But
don't have
see,
to.
that's what I like about her. She ain't thirsty for it. It's just like, well, child, because when you proven your point, you don't give a damn about the haters because the haters is going to hate regardless.
I don't remember the last time Beyonce did a televised interview.
It was in 2012
When
with Oprah.
Four had been out, right?
Uh huh.
Yeah, that's the last time then.
Yeah.
Last time. She don't like I be forgetting that she can talk. I
She
ain't
ain't
heard
did
her
an
sing in so
interview
long.
in 10 years and still can go platinum. And the thing is, she don't give a fuck if she go platinum or not.
No, she don't. Like when people
Like,
were coming at her about the Four album, she didn't care. That's the type of album she wanted to make.
right.
And she made it.
And
That's
that's what I
my
like
favorite Four album.
about her the most, to be honest. And I wish more artists was like that. She come in with the attitude like, look, it was about sales, but I done did that already, hun. I got my number ones. I got my trophies. I ain't gotta have a long list of number ones and a long list of motherfucking Grammys, even though I do got those too. But at the same point in time, I ain't gotta do nothing else but just release the music, and it's going to be music that I want to release. And if motherfuckers don't understand what I'm trying to do with it, then oh well, they will, or they better learn to if they want to keep listening to my shit, because I'm put out the fuck I want to put out, and that's just that. It ain't about. I just love the fact that when it come down to Beyonce, when she make her music and create her art, it's not about sales and records.
It may have been in the past, but it's not anymore because she's
Yeah,
past that point now. So it's like it's just like with Mary. Her and Beyonce ain't got to do no damn music if they don't want to.
right.
They don't. And everyone knows that I am not the biggest Beyonce fan. Everyone knows that. But I never say that she's not an icon. I never say that she's not a living legend or anything like that. Because I'd be a complete hater if I said that. So it wouldn't be necessarily true if I said that. There's no one else. There's no more stars out like her. And at this point, I don't think we ever will get a star like that. Like the Beyoncés and the Rihannas, and I'm gonna roll my eyes very hard when I say this name. The Nickies. We're never gonna get no stars like that. I hate to say it, but we're not. Somebody gotta surprise me to see if they'll ever get to be like that. Like, I like Megan. I think that her music sometimes is a lot to be left to be desired, but I like her. Cardi B, I realize that her music is not to be taken seriously or not to be looked at as art. It's just music to play when you go into the club. If I want to listen to somebody deep, I'll just go back and I'll listen to the old shit from back in the gap that we grew up on. Like if I want to turn up at the club, I'll just listen to Cardi B. I don't know if any of her songs are gonna age well like that. Probably Bodak Yellow because I still listen to Bodak Yellow the same way I did when it came out. But I'm gonna give myself another 5 years on that one. Let's see. Well, I never really cared for the city girls like that, so I can't really speak on them. Maybe you can, but I never cared for they dumbass like that outside of Act Up. Um, I don't know no song by Sweetie, Sweetie, whatever her fucking name is. I don't know shit by her. I don't know any music by Mulatto. I don't know any music by Cupcake. I don't know these girls like that to speak on them. But I do love Tierra Whack. I love Tierra Whack.
Now I like Tierra Whack.
I love Tierra Whack. I think that she don't get the praise that she deserves. She could be this generation's Missy Elliott if they let her be. But I love Tierra Whack. I really
She
do.
really could be this generation's Missy Elliott. I never thought about that, but
Yes.
now that you said that, that's exactly the realm that I see her in.
Yeah. Like I can't see nobody else feeling it because you don't really have anybody out there that can really fill that void that Missy has left. Like at first I thought it would have been Lizzo, but Lizzo is really like she too busy trying to promote body positivity versus putting out music. And
Who?
Lizzo,
Child. You know what? Since her name came up,
oh Lord,
I'm finna go ahead and put my motherfucking hands around her neck real quick.
oh
And I don't give a
Lord,
damn who feeling any type of way about it.
oh
I'ma just
Lord,
be
have
honest.
mercy. Oh, we were supposed to talk about Bow Wow and Romeo,
We
but
was, but
go
since her
ahead.
name came the fuck up, I'ma say what I gotta say. Lizzo, you are, in my opinion, beautiful, talented, unique. It's a long list of things I think funny that I could say. If these things are not important to you, you can't try to force nobody else to motherfucking see it. I wish that you focus more on your music because that's what I like. I like your music. I like the fact that you were such a well-rounded artist that people don't even know where to box you. People don't know if you're doing R&B, rap, alternative music, pop, because you got like focus on that.
Hmm.
We get it. You love your body. You love being plus size. But at this point, mama, who are you trying to convince? Us or you? Because if you really loved it and you really was so into it, you wouldn't keep telling yourself how much you loved it and how you was so into it, as if you was motivating yourself to love it. Why don't you actually get to the place that you're trying to tell us that you're in and write about it? Thanks.
Did you have to do that? You really grabbed her about her edges in a professional way and you don't even realize it?
Because I'm sick of the shit.
Oh my God.
I am. I am.
But
Where's your music?
oh, don't you start that now. Don't you start.
No, she need to start writing some songs and producing some
Oh,
beats.
Jesus.
What's
But
going
hey,
on, hon?
because I haven't heard of her dropping an album in a long time. So,
I mean, she ain't dropped in what? It's been what, 2 years now?
has it been 2 years?
Yeah, it's been like 2 years.
Hmm.
Cause hell, she was her shit been out for a year when she performed at the Grammys last year.
Oh, wow. Hmm. But see, I don't pay attention to Lizzo like that. I just see her on the blogs, doing what she do, and it's not about her damn music. So I mean, it's just that on that. And on top of that, there's other artists, and I know the biggest basis of this discussion was supposed to be about Romeo and Bow Wow, but I don't want to take it's really not that much to talk about in an hour in regards to them. So I'm probably gonna take this last 15 minutes to talk about um the artist that's out now, because I did say that I don't feel
And
like
hold
there's
on 1 second, y'all. I'm sorry. I got
Mhm.
a urgent something to take care of really quick, but I can still hear you.
Okay.
Okay.
Um, it's other artists that's out, and I said I don't think that there's many stars out there today, but there are other artists that's out that I do feel like should be making more noise than what they are. Artists that I actually love. Now, I'm not necessarily 100% closed off to current artists. I know it looks that way, but I'm not. It's just that I'm not impressed by a lot of these current artists that everybody's impressed by. Like, I'm not impressed by SZA. I don't like SZA. I don't even think she can sing like that. Um, I don't think her music is all that great like everybody thinks it is. I only like one song by her, and that's Love Galore. I don't like anything else by SZA. Ella May, I'm not impressed by Ella May. I've never been impressed by Ella May. I think a lot of her music sounds the same. I think that Boo Thang and no, not Boo Thang, Booed Up and Trip were first cousins. They sound just alike, and she's not the best singer, but I just wasn't impressed by Ella May. Um, like it's portrayed like I'm not, that my door is closed to all current artists, and it's not. They just don't excite me like that. There's nothing about them that excites me like that. And it's like Seven Streeter. I actually love her music, and it's a song that she had called "Before I Do" that I did not know about until 3 years ago. And that song was out 2 years prior. And I never knew about it because I never heard it on the radio. So
She
it's
got a
like,
few songs that I love.
yeah, like Seven is a good artist. I do think that sometimes she doesn't, I don't know. What
I'm
do you,
sorry.
what do you
I
think of
am
it?
not here for Ella May.
Oh, me either. Me either. Definitely not here for
I
it.
like Shot Clock, but Booed Up, I'm still trying to see how that shit became a hit.
Child, that song sounded like some shit we was listening to in the sixth and seventh grade.
Cause it was trash. I'm sorry. And I love Nicki, but even with Nicki on the remix was trash. The song was trash. The vocals was really
Ish.
Nickelodeon-ish. You know what I'm saying? I don't get the appeal. She's cute, but she got the correct skin color, and I'll leave it at that.
Uh, I see y'all love saying Summer Walker. I don't like Summer Walker either. I don't care for Summer Walker at all. Her music all sounds the same. Sounds like
I can't tell one song from the next, and then she got the
right.
nerve to get her ass on stage with them shaky ass vocals.
Yeah, and what kills me is that people were sitting up here just praising this shit when she first came out, like it was the "Marry My Life" album or some shit like that. Like they was praising this shit. Like people were telling me, "Oh, you need to listen to Summer Walker's album." I've listened to that shit, couldn't tell not one song apart,
And I'm
not
trying to
one.
see. I don't consider none of this crap real R&B. Let me
Cause
say
it's
this:
not.
real R&B will never make a comeback.
Mm-mm.
Um, it's a particular sound that you have to have R&B. First of all, motherfuckers was singing for church funds and choir robes back in the day when real R&B was out in the 90s and early thousands. The beats and production was different. You know what I'm saying? Most of these beats, unless it was a ballad, and even sometimes if it was a ballad, it was going to sound like a rap beat. So these beats was hitting much different and much harder. Um, and now all of them, sound like the fairy princess, and you know, it's magic wands and glitter stardust, and you know, child, get these girls out of my face.
And people get so upset with me because I say this stuff, but it's all facts. I can't get with this shit. I just can't get with it. I try, but I can't get with it. These voices are one dimensional. They all sound the same. Like, I remember the first time I heard Queen Naja's song "Medicine." I literally thought that was SZA singing. I thought that was her song. That sounded like a song SZA would have put out.
which is crazy to me because Queen Niger can actually sing.
You think so? Mm.
Well, I never seen
All
her
right.
sing any of her original. I've always
Oh,
seen
okay.
her do, like the Deborah Cox challenge and things like that. And I'm
Mm.
like, well, shit, she blowing right here, so she must can go. But then when you listen to their music or her music, it's the same, you know, fairy dust.
Why does it have to keep being fairy?
Cause all I can think about is Tinkerbell and
Oh my
the
God.
fairies when I hear the music.
Let me ask you this. How do you feel about Janae? You know the girls go up for her. How do you feel about Janae? The same way I feel, right?
She's very boring.
Mm.
However, I will say this: she is the Sade for the kids that's growing up now. Just like Alicia Keys was for Pootie and Nia and Malcolm and them. That's their Sade. We
Hmm.
just had Sade, you know.
The best.
But everybody loves their Sade from their time period, so we're gonna let them have that.
She's boring. And every time I hear her music, I want to go to fuck to sleep.
But let
Like,
me say this. I don't clown her too. She bores me, but I try not to, and I don't see the vocals, but I try not to clown her because, like I said, growing up with Sade, her shit wasn't slapping like everybody else shit was back in the day, but she was still, her shit still was hitting. It was a vibe, it was a mood. You felt what she was saying. She was a whole fucking vibe. So that's what Janae is for the kids now. So whatever.
well, Trisha, I don't like her, but Reggie does. I don't care for her. Reggie likes her though. I don't.
Well, yeah, I know that Sade is the name of the band, but let's just be real. Not many people that's not fans know that. So we just,
Yeah,
rock with
basically
that.
what he's saying is they make the same kind of music, but just different, but the same. That's basically.
Exactly. Let me say this. When I say somebody is a new something of somebody, I'm not comparing the talent, the level of talent, or how good this person is next to what it is. What I'm comparing is the spot that Sade filled in our lives is the spot that Janae is filling in these kids' lives now. That's it. That's all.
Yeah. Um. Pretty much. I don't like these girls like that. And people be trying to make me listen to I just can't with these girls. And then we don't really have many male R&B artists either like we used to. We really don't. I can't think of any right now. Maybe who? Jaquez? Who else?
Whenever he decides to make his own music. And he don't realize he got one of them voices where he needs to sing original music.
That's true.
He would be kind of like how I feel like I would be. I would love to want to get my ass up there and do a tribute to some of my faves. But my my vocals is for my songs. You get what I'm saying? Like, unless it's gospel, you know. Other than that, my vocals are for my songs. I can't sing everybody's shit and make it my own all the time, or hell, if at all. So I would be one of them artists where, Yeah, I'll be right up there smiling my ass off, reading the teleprompter while
Uh-huh.
I'm giving out the damn award, because Lord knows that I ain't going to be able to pull off the damn tribute. And people going to be like, why they didn't have Reggie sing?
Because he didn't want to.
He wasn't going to embarrass his damn self. As far as y'all know, he can sing right now. We going to keep it that way by
Right.
not doing any tributes.
Ain't nobody got time to go up there and do no tribute and get drugged on social media because y'all didn't like the way I sound. No, it don't happen. Period.
Right. And
The
that's what you're.
ones that go up there really got a lot of heart because I couldn't do it. You'll forever be remembered for that. Ashtray songs. We'll never forget what he did with Purple Rain. Ever forget it.
And then Child turned right around and got his ass ate up by Johnny Gill and Tyrese. First of all, whoever did that didn't like Trey songs. They ain't like him. Either they didn't like him or they really thought much more of his vocals than what they should have. Because he got up there, they started singing his ass under the table. He was switching his key and his pitch, trying to, you know,
Knowing he could not keep up with them. Knowing he couldn't keep up. Knowing he couldn't keep up. Knowing he couldn't keep up. Then he wants to sit up here and say that he don't feel like he's the kind of art. Well, he's somebody asked him about a verses. He's talking about he don't want to do verses and something alluding that certain people aren't on his level and he don't need to do a verses. Trey, boy, like I ain't saying you gotta do a verses. I'm just saying what make you think you bigger and better than the verses? Bitches like Mary can say they don't want to do one. You can't say that. I'm just saying.
right.
Shit. You just don't want to get ate up by Chris. Because we already know that if they do a damn versus, they're going to put you and Chris together. Even though people want to see a Usher and Chris battle, which I don't want to see that. But, that's how I feel. But y'all said there's no R&B groups, male or female. No, there hasn't been any R&B groups in forever, and we're probably never gonna have none. The only
And
R&B group that I
child,
know of is June's Diary, and they ain't never going nowhere. I don't know why they keep trying.
and honestly,
They're played out.
groups is just played out. Don't nobody want to see a group no more. If it's not a group that was already popping, it's a shame.
Yeah,
Just
we were excited to see SWB come back together. Yeah, we was excited to see Escape come back together. Yeah, excited to see that. But
even for 702.
yeah,
But
but
first of all, we've learned over the years, groups break the hearts of their fans.
all the time because they can never stay together.
And people getting tired of getting hooked on groups, falling in love with these people as artists and as people and everything else, because music and these artists bring people out of really dark times or carry them. You just never know. And you fall in love with these groups. And then after the second album or the third album, they done broke up because they done got the fighting. They keep arguing. Somebody want to sing lead more than this person.
Or the
Somebody feel like they
manager,
sing too much lead. It
or
just
it's a management issue, or it's a money issue, or blah blah blah. Because I remember, I don't know if you. A lot of people really don't talk about this particular group, but I've been getting more into their music as of lately, and I'm talking about the group Jade. And I just so happened to be listening to because the only song that I really knew by Jade was "Don't Walk Away." I didn't know any other song by them besides
mm-hmm.
"Don't Walk Away." But then I got into their other stuff. I'm like, oh, I remember that song. Like, I never knew that every day of the week was their song, but that's their song. I never knew that. And they had another song called "One Woman," whom I dedicate to a certain somebody all the time, but that ain't got nothing to do with this live. But I was reading up on Jade, and they didn't even break up because they didn't like each other. They broke up because they weren't making no damn money. The record labels was fucking them out of their coin. That's why they broke up. A lot of the time, and that's another thing with these groups. They didn't make a lot of money back then either. So that's another reason why they broke up. Danity Kane. That was the last girl group we really had that had some kind of success, and they broke up, and they were all broke.
Everybody except for Dawn, because she was right.
Oh yeah, Dawn was writing on the low. Then she got her ass in Dirty Money. I really hated the fact that Diddy was a part of Dirty Money. I want them to be a new age total. I want to see them do. I could have seen them do that, but child.
But I love Dirty Money.
Oh, they did
But
have a good album though.
Diddy would never reunite with them. He's a leech. He sucks the blood out of people, and then once he's gotten what he can get or what he feels like he can get, he's done.
Right.
He loved Biggie so
Exactly.
much because Biggie kept making him money.
I wonder what would have happened if he was still here. Would they still be friends? Would they still be working together? Probably not.
I doubt it.
I mean, him and Kim eventually stopped working together.
Well, first of all, you know it's some bullshit when you my manager and you won't even sign me to your record label.
Right, I never understood that. Most people thought Kim was on Bad Boy, and she never was. She never was on Bad Boy. And then when they have these
She
Bad
was a
Boy
part of
tours
the
and shit,
family.
yeah, I was just about to say that when they had these Bad Boy tours and shit, she's always the first person we see, but she was never on the damn label. Ain't that something? Never on the label. But then you also think about we going over the time. I could stay on for another 10 minutes, child. I'm enjoying this conversation. But it's kind of like most of the artists that Diddy has, they they don't never last. Like Carl, somebody just mentioned Carl Thomas. He had that one album that was a big hit, then he tried to come back out, and no one even knew he came back. Or Sherry Dennis. I don't even think nobody remembers her ass.
It's a lot of people
Not
that
that I ever cared for Sherry Dennis. Let's just make that clear. I never
I
cared for
liked
Sherry
her.
Dennis. I know you used to like that Portrait of Love bullshit
That
she
was my
had.
shit.
I hated that fucking song. Oh my god. Oh, I hated that song. I hated that other song she had that I love you. I love you. Hey, hey. I hated that song. Oh, I hated her. Oh. I just didn't like that song. Now, there's one song she had on the Bad Boy Forever album. Whatever album has Bad Boy for Life on it, she had a song on there called So Complete. I love that song. Now, I will say I did love that song. But I don't know, we don't know what happened to her. From what she said on the finding on BET, she was saying that Diddy wouldn't even let her release music and he was still writing her a check every month. She was still getting paid and wasn't even making music. Like it's crazy how he has all but Reg, I think you can agree. A lot of times Diddy have all these artists and then he finds new artists and try to replicate those same artists because he came back with we lost Mace to the church and then years later he comes out with Loon, who ain't nothing but another Mace.
Who child? Let me shush.
Go ahead and say it. I want to know what you finna say.
Who was just one of little Diddy's boyfriends that was up at the motherfucking mansion that he was fucking on and was like, yeah, we can market you. We could take him from the bedroom to the studio and he could be a hit. And that didn't work out. So
Well, you.
once that didn't work out, that was the end of him and Lone's business and personal relationship.
Well, if I was Diddy, I would have had a personal relationship with Loon too. To be honest, so I would have to.
I mean, listen, he know he got an eye.
Oh, he does.
Listen,
Hmm. Let him fool y'all.
and I'm sorry, cause Chopper was fine. He was that perfect mix of medium ugly.
Oh, not medium ugly. You talk about Chopper from Making a band.
Hell yeah.
Ah, see what y'all
With
out
his catfish looking ass.
You said medium ugly. Oh shit, that was too funny. Y'all, this bitch said medium ugly. I can't take it. I
First
can't
of
take
all, Scotty would tell you, I'd be saying that I don't have a type, but I really do. First of all, you gotta be thick. That's number one. I know I'm a bone. But so Scotty will tell you most of my exes, well, listen, they
it.
was cornbread fed.
Very Campbell's soup. Very Campbell's soup. Very.
um, that's one. Number two, um, I like them either medium ugly or extremely fine.
You
No,
like them extremely fine? Cause
well, I don't never those the ones that don't
you
ever do
never
right.
you never date the extremely fine ones. You always fuck them. You want to wipe up the medium ugly ones.
That's because
That's what you do. That's what you do.
the extremely fine ones be acting up. And listen, I ain't in the business of twisting nobody motherfucking arm. You want to be free, bitch? You can be free. You can come get your meat package, you know, and go on about your business. And my medium ugly, we can work it out.
Yeah, he do like them Rick Ross thick. He don't care. He like a chunky dude.
Now I won't. Well, yeah, I have dealt with some Rick Ross thick before, but you got to be so dripped out and fine and chocolate that it's not even gonna make no sense.
Listen, if the other girls is on this live with us like they were supposed to be, child, they'll the stories. And I'm talking about Jasmine and Ruby. They were supposed to be up here because I sent them the link, child.
Oh yeah, they would have
But
let y'all know.
they would have let y'all know what he writes. Ooh, Jesus. But let's just say they're not my type of man. He said I got a type. I used to disagree down all the time that I don't have a type, but looking back, I have a type without trying to have a type.
You
They
know
were
what?
they were all weird, all kind of weird. They all dressed the same way. Not all of them though, except for one. We ain't saying no names, but I think you know which one I'm talking about. Except for one, Dumbo.
Mm.
He was nothing like them, but
Well,
but we ain't going there. But
yeah,
anyway,
please.
oh yeah, he do like Gerald Levert thick. He probably had all. He like he do. He definitely do, child. But I never heard of medium ugly. I never heard him say medium ugly until tonight. That's some funny ass shit. I'm gonna be saying that shit now. That shit funny. Let me tell y'all something. Whenever he come up here, y'all better know you gonna hear a Reggie-ism, okay? Because he got plenty of those. See, y'all don't know him like I do. He is plenty of Reggie-isms out here, and you will never understand it unless you know him. He got a lot of quotes that y'all would never understand unless you know him. I just want that to be
I
known.
don't know if he ever said this one after he done read somebody before, but your receipt in the bag, that's one of mine.
I said it early on in my YouTube career.
Oh,
I
you
said
did?
early on, so they probably don't know nothing about that. Cause that was early on. That was when Scotty was broke, bushy eyebrows, skinny as hell, and didn't have a clue. That's when I was saying it
We gonna
then.
have to. You gonna have to take me to get my brows snatched, cause I ain't had them snatched up in a minute. Since I don't go to the barber shop anymore, since I'm bald these days, and I line all my own shit up. Normally I do it with like the clippers, but that
Why
shit had
you?
almost got
Why you?
dangerous one time, and I ain't want to try it again.
Well, you know my mama be doing them. Well, my mama don't do my eyebrows. I don't let my mama do my eyebrows. But I go to the nail shop and
They
get them
said, who is a
done.
celebrity crush that's my type?
Please answer. I answer first. Mine is Lance Gross. That's mine. So that should tell you what type of guys that I normally go for. So yeah.
Well, besides Daniel Kaluuya with his
Who is
bug
that?
eyed from Get Out,
Oh, him. Oh yeah. That yeah.
first of all,
That's your Steve's.
that motherfucker's so black and funny looking with his furnace.
You so stupid. Oh my god.
But that's just uh those would be one of the ones. See, y'all looking at Daniel Kaluuya as Daniel Kaluuya, but if he was in the real world, y'all would be dragging him. Let's just be real. And those would be one of the ones where Scotty would be like, why are you crying? And I'm like, you don't understand. But my all time, hold on.
Somebody
I
said,
don't even know his name, but my perfect, the ones that I just, y'all, this man so fine. From um from Black Panther. He was also in the movie Us. He played the dad in Us with the glasses. The thick. Did you see Black Panther?
I did. That's what I'm
You
trying to figure.
you
I
remember
mean,
the thick nigga that was about to beat his ass at the beginning of the movie, but then Black Panther ended up coming back and beating his ass, but he didn't kill him. He let him live. And then when he got fucked up, the same nigga helped him.
I don't remember.
Hold on, y'all. I gotta get the receipts, but I'm gonna be right here.
Oh my god. Ugh. But yeah, child. Who is Lil Real? Is that who
Yes,
it is?
Winston Duke.
Oh, that's who you talking about.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I like
First of
him.
all, that man can do. My credit already fucked up, but he could fuck it up even more.
Look at Sammy.
Okay,
Look at Sammy. What is Regina doing up here?
Sammy, go to bed, hon. Going to bed now.
Oh,
But y'all,
Winston
listen.
is fine though.
Oh, Lil Rel is cute or whatever, but we talking about Winston Duke, baby. That's who we talking about. Cause let me tell you, him and Daniel Kaluuya. First of all, I don't know which way I would turn. I'd be another Peter Guns for them motherfuckers. Cause I never do right. I would never be able to choose. I would never be able to choose.
Haven't you been Peter Guns in the past?
Cause you really
Yes, I was being messy. Scotty with Trevante. I love Trevante Rhodes. Actually, that is one of my celebrity crushes. I love
Oh
Trevante.
yeah, yeah. But he is like a typical conventional beauty as far as men are concerned. I like the motherfuckers that,
Nobody wants.
yeah, pretty much. So then when I see you fucking with him, I got every right to cut your ass.
Oh my God. You know what? You know what, Reggie, you know what? The type of man Reggie like, let me describe it. Let me make this analogy. And we definitely supposed to been out for here a long time ago. But let me tell you what the analogy is. The analogy is this. You know how you get Valentine's candy and you go through all of the chocolates and it be the chocolates that you don't want. Them the ones he want. The shit that you don't want, the shit that you gonna throw in the trash, oh he gonna get it. I always say this. Reggie loves a fixer upper. He loves a fixer upper. He loves a fixer upper. The ones that's unpolished, like somebody said in the chat, unpolished, unrefined, needs a little bit of work. He gonna clean their ass up and make them worse off. But that's where he go wrong at. Because once he clean them up, then they get outside themselves then, and then he want to
I
get more.
haven't
Bitch,
fixed
I
one of
made you
these.
who you are, bitch. I made you, bitch. I made you, bitch. He love
Oh
a
my
science
god.
project, honey. He love a science project now. Oh, he love a science project.
I
Love
haven't
a science
cleaned up a
project.
scraggly one in a good minute, y'all.
I'm so glad you said it. Oh, oh, he love a fixer upper child. He love a fixer upper. He love a foreclosure. He love them. He love a fixer upper and a
Because
foreclosure.
sometimes all that house need is some new pipes.
You know what? You know what? I'm not playing with you. I'm not playing with you. See, we supposed to be up here talking about Romeo and Bow Wow. Why the fuck we talking about this? Because it wasn't shit to talk about. That was like a 30-minute
Somebody said
live.
Morris Chestnut. I used to think that till I found out he was 5'7".
What's wrong with him being 5'7"?
I mean, I like shorter men, but the way he look, I have to see him in person because if he,
I thought he was my height.
because his shoulders is so broad,
Yeah.
I just don't. Them long, wide ass shoulders don't look good on short ass men.
Don't do that. Who are y'all's YouTube crush? I'm not answering that one.
I got a few.
Sammy, bitch, don't you do me. Don't you do What's Sammy saying, Reggie? Let me tell you something, bitch. Don't you do me. I have come a long way. I have come a long way from there. Because I used to love me a young boy. I used to love me a young boy. Thank you for the super chat, Keisha. Girl, you sent me $40. Thank you for the super chat, child.
Okay, let me hook my
Don't.
shit up, Keisha. Hold on.
First of all, I can't believe Sammy just put me on blast like that. I used to love me a young boy though. That most of the guys that I dated were young. Most of them, unfortunately. Let's just say that. Ooh, Sammy did me, baby. Ooh, I know it's time for us to end this live because he gonna do me again.
Cause I need to be cleaning up anyway.
But I don't know if Reggie got no damn YouTube crush though.
It's a couple of them that I like. It's one. I can't remember his name, but of course he chocolate. He was one of the first YouTubers that I knew from back in like 2012 that already had like a big platform.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of his name. I can't think of it, but he like brown skin. He like a big Beyonce fan.
I think I know who you're talking about.
What's his name?
Is it Brian B?
I just would have to see him because I used to think it was Messy Miles, but it's not him.
Oh, Messy Mouse is a big Beyonce fan.
It's somebody. It's named Kid something.
Kid Fury.
Yes.
That is your type. That is
He's
your
so
type.
damn fine.
That I can see you talking to a Kid Fury. I can see you talking. I can see that. I can see that. I can see that. Since
Hell
since you
yeah.
talking about since they talking about I gotta answer. I answer this before we close this out. I answer who is my YouTube crush. My YouTube crush is Bubs the Guy. Everybody knows that is my YouTube crush, Bubs the Guy. Everybody knows that. Okay, that is nothing new. Okay, and if you don't know who Bubs the God is, Bubs the God has been on my show many a times already. Y'all already know who Bubs the God is already. That is my YouTube crush. There's no one else that I can think of that's my YouTube crush. If this was a long time ago, it probably would have been
See, because you finna have me late and miss the damn liquor store.
okay, y'all. So with that being said, we done with this. Um, yes, this is another episode of Yes for the Mess. I had to bring Reggie along. I mean, y'all have been feeling him the last two times he's been on here. Like I told him, first of all, you're stealing my shit, but it's okay. It's it's okay. It's okay. But yeah, he's going now. Joshua, I know for a fact you ain't get Bub's head, so don't you even try to talk about that. Oh, there you go. I know you didn't give Bubs nothing, okay?
My
But
bad, y'all.
yeah, but yeah, y'all asked him to come back or whatever and all this other stuff. So he'll be around here and there since y'all like him so much. But you
And I
know,
really appreciate that as well. I really appreciate the love that I done received. I'm just being myself. You know what I'm saying? Scotty will tell you. Now, I will say I probably have held that a lot compared to how I really am because y'all have no idea. I'm one of the most vulgarity. That should have been my name, vulgarity, because I'm
I'm glad it
very
was.
vulgar individual. I
I'm
speak
glad
my
it was.
mind. Soon as the shit pop up in there, it's coming up out of here. So, I have been holding back a lot, but I have been being myself, and I just appreciate that everything that I'm saying is not so taken to heart. I'm really not a bad person once you get to know me.
Oh,
And I thank
girl.
you all for the love and support once again. And I will
Nobody
be back.
needs this. Nobody needs this Madam C.J. Walker speech you're trying to give before we go. They know that you appreciate a child. But yeah, like I said, he'll be I'll have him up from time to time. I can't have him up here all the time because Reggie ain't gonna be consistent with that shit. I'm not even gonna put all that pressure on him. If I need him to come up here and there, he'll come. That's it. Because I know how he is. He is not
Let's
gonna
say
be
this. If it's something y'all really want me to speak on, like y'all really, really want me to speak on, let him know and he will get me.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Like I said, if there's a time on boys' night out where somebody can't do it or something like that, and if he don't mind coming up there, every once in a while, because he already knows Jamar, he can come up there if for something like that, being that it's all guys or whatnot. So if there's a time where I need a fill in or something like that, and he don't mind coming up here if he ain't busy, because the bitch be child, but he be busy, child. But he'll be around. You know what I'm saying? He'll be around and all that stuff. So I appreciate y'all showing him love too, because he been wanting to come and do a panel or something. Come on one of my panels for the longest time, and I would never let him come because I know his mouth. So but y'all take a liking to him, so that's all that matters. But with that being said, I got my food here because I was letting it cool down because it was fresh off the damn stove. Tracy just threw down up in there before I
Yes,
got in here.
Tracy.
So, with that being said, we out of here, y'all. Thank you for watching, and we appreciate it. Shout out to Rudy and Sammy, two of my good friends up in here, representing for the rest of the city. Okay, and shout out to everybody in the chat that's been watching and stuff like that, and shout out to Keisha for the super chat. And we're out of here. And I'm probably after this, I'm probably gonna eat and make some more videos because I have been on break Friday and Saturday. I think it's time to make some more videos because I ain't did shit since Thursday. So with that being said, y'all, I'm out of here. We out of here, and I'll
Good
talk to you
night,
later.
y'all.